Hi neighbor, I'm Nathaniel. Welcome to Reluctant Sermonizing. This is the second video of our Christmas series. The baby Jesus in the Bible is referred to as Emmanuel, which means God with us. So the series is called God with Who. If you missed the first video, I'll stick the playlist at the end and be sure to subscribe so you catch the rest of them. Alright, shall we? So, wise men. The Christmas story goes that after the shepherds came and left that we talked about last week, some wise men or Magi showed up to pay homage to the baby Jesus. Now the story goes on that they got out their air mattresses and spent the night having crazy dreams that tie into a political intrigue that we'll get to at another time. But the main point of telling you this story is very simple. Magi were there. Magi participated in this divine story. And Magi are priests. And they're not Jewish priests. Magi are not Christian priests. Christianity doesn't exist yet in this story. Magi are Zoroastrian priests. Zoroastrianism is an ancient religion that's still practiced by some today. In fact, Freddie Mercury from the band Queen, he was a Zoroastrian. They had a song called Jesus that ties into this. You can add it to your Christmas playlist. It'll be different. But back to the Magi priests. They leave. They go back home. They don't become disciples. They don't ask Jesus into their hearts. They go back east and continue as Zoroastrians. Okay, now forgive me for my pronunciation. Gulab Kafu, Mawa, Restisig, Changmi, Kufufuka, Troyanda, Rose. In one of Shakespeare's most famous plays, Romeo and Juliet, Juliet is pining for this boy who is part of an enemy family. Now, Shakespeare never explains why they're enemies, but if you're familiar with the politics of the time, it's not unlikely that the problem is religion. Juliet, in her yearning, says, "What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet." Juliet, in that moment, realizes that a name is just a description of the reality that it labels. I'll say that again. A name is just a description of the reality that it labels. Do you see where I'm going with this? If there really is a God, a universal God, a living divinity, then wouldn't it make sense that others in other parts of the world would run into this God, this spirit, this rose, and describe it in a way that makes sense to them? I'm not saying all religions have it all correct. The stories we tell matter. That's why I'm spending so much time critiquing Christian stories, because I don't think Christianity has it all correct. But that's not a dismissal of these stories. No. It's an invitation to take these descriptions of what people actually saw and experienced and created even more seriously for what they are. Because they're not just some tool for tribal or cultural or spiritual warfare. Though some people use them that way. No. These try to describe something real that we humans have been attempting to put words to for thousands of years from every corner of the globe and beyond. That's not dismissing. That's seeking evidence of truth. That's finding there might be something like real divinity. That there might be God with us. Hey, thanks for watching. Over there is the playlist to the rest of this God with Who series, or at least as far as we've gotten. Below you can hit the button to subscribe if you like. And next week I'm really rather excited. We're talking about the hot mess that is all of our Christmases this year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. See you then.